Monday, the 29th of March, and it's calendar week number 13. And I'm really, really happy to have you here again this morning. First of all, I hope you had a great and lovely weekend. Either you had to work or you enjoyed the time with your family or your friends, or maybe with yourself, like developing knowledge or something else. I'm really, really I appreciate a lot that you spend your lifetime with me every morning from Monday to Friday, and right before the UK markets open, and we will see what we can learn this week about trading. And I prepared a lot of topics for you this week again. But first of all, let's say thank you to Admirals, and maybe you can type it in the chat box. Thank you to Admirals that we can make this so free of charge for you this every morning, and that I can be able to share my knowledge with you, that you can learn a little bit for your own trading. So, but I want to say thank you too. And now I want to share my screen that we can start with the top news of the today's morning. So let's see. I can see your questions and the numbers, of course. So feel free to ask whatever is in your mind, because this is your show. And we decided to make this show because to make you happy and to help you to become successful in any kind of different ways. So now I try, yeah, here we go. Let's see, then I can see, of course, a YouTube channel as well. And ask whatever is in your mind. So what can we expect today? So you see the chat on this admiralmarkets.com/analytics. There is no interesting topic for today, no interesting upcoming events. And if we switch to the premium analytics here, then we can see in the afternoon we expect Texas manufacturing. And by the way, we have the same time right now in USA, like in the USA, because we switched the time. They stole us 1 hour on Sunday, of course. I'm a little bit tired about that, so we have to fix it. But now we have the same time in USA, for example. So the market will open at 3:30. And numbers will come out at 2:30. And that means we don't expect any interesting topics for today. Let's check the indices this morning, and nothing else. So I guess the most important topic this morning was about the big shift pot in the Suez Channel. And I guess the latest news showed us that this ship is a kind of free, and it's an interesting topic, and we learned a lot of things about that, and I made a picture of that, but I want to show you tomorrow what we can learn about that interesting behavior, interesting event in this Suez Channel. But let's talk about tomorrow about that. So let's go to the charts, and here we go. Let's have a look at the Dow Jones this morning. So now I need your help because I'm a student. So maybe you are the teacher this morning and you want to show this chart to any of your students. So what would you explain if you see this picture? What do you see? Think about the rules. Maybe I give you a quick hint. Let me give you a hand about rule number 1. So what do you explain to your students if your student come and say, oh, maybe we can go long or can go short there. It's a top right there. And maybe you try to explain you're a trend trader. So what would you explain to your student if you see this picture? What do you type it in the chat box? So let me know on YouTube and on Zoom as well. So what would you see? What would you explain to your students? Most important thing, if you can see this. Okay, and see there's no trend, no trade. Oh, I guess no. Someone knows the 4 magic words. No valid trend. There is not a clear trend. Yeah, guys, I'm really, really proud of you. That's true. So, and on YouTube, I can see downtrend is broken. Yumi, wonderful. I love you. Really, really cool. Yeah, no trend, Harish, wonderful. No trend. So, and here comes, thank you for joining and being a part of this morning show here. Um, Here comes the question of the day. And the question, oh, Alexander, two trends, the downtrend has been broken. Wait, three, no, wait. So, and here comes the question of today, and I'm quite sure that you will find the correct answer. So the question of today, and we can open the poll this morning, is what shall we do if you don't have a clear trend? Of course, at the right side of the chart. So what's your answer? The question is, what shall we do if we don't have a clear trend? So answer number one, I don't care about the trend, of course. But maybe answer number two, I don't know yet. Or maybe answer number three, if I'm a trend trader, shall stay on the sideline. So I don't know the answer. I'm a student here. So what do you think? What shall we do if we don't have a clear trend? So before I give you the answer, I give you a little bit time on YouTube as well. And let's check the next charts. US dollar, there is nothing. I want to show you the chart, my waiting list, my watch list today. So first of all, let's start with Australian dollar, Swiss franc. It's really interesting, this part, because we are far away from the normal price. The normal price is placed, where is it? Here on the lower side, around about 0.6539. So first of all, we can realize that we have a clear trend here. We reached the last point 2, which is really interesting. But this balance candle where happened on last Friday, but with less volume here on the lower side, less volume. And as you can see, the market didn't react on that. So, and since then, we have no more balance candle, which means Australian dollar, Swiss franc is still on my watch list. So what I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for a clear and wonderful balance candle with high volume on the lower side, where I can see the market or the buyers and sellers are fighting for that. And then I can see, okay, the possibility is really high that the price will go down. So maybe you should put it on your watch list, Australian Swiss franc. And if you want, you can always, you can be sure that I always, as your teacher, or maybe as your mentor, I'm not your teacher, as your mentor, I always stick to the rules. Quick reminder, I'm in trading for 22 years right now, and I have 4 mentors up to today, of course. I have 4 mentors, and they trained me really, really hard. Not that easy way I train you. So, cause I touch you with really soft hands. My teachers never touched me with soft hands. They punched me in my face and they kicked me in my ass if I failed in trading. And I ran through a hard school, I can tell you. And what I'm doing with you, I want to encourage you, but you can be sure that I always stick to my rules. But it is a fact that sometimes I have to check my charts and sometimes I have to analyze something else where I can fix a little bit, but I never fail to the rules, of course. So if you want to make copy paste of my trades, you have a great idea. You have a great chance. If you come to our trading spotlight community, by the way, here we go. And here you see we have our trades. For example, the last one was on Friday evening, US dollar, Canadian dollar. And very, very soon I have great news. And it's related to this. Have a little bit more patience, guys. It's coming good news very, very soon. So here we can, the answers of the poll, their question was, what shall we do if we don't have a clear trend? Thanks for being a part of that. Thanks for joining. So, and of course, there's only one proper answer, that one correct answer. If I'm a trend trader, I shall stay on the sideline. Of course, as a trader, as a trend trader, rule number one means I need a trend. No trend, no trade. Repeat it again. No trend, no trade. NT, NT. No trend, no trade. Say it again. No trend, no trade. No trend, no trade. No trend, no trade. No trend, no trade. 11 times in a row, and your subconscious will realize, oh, I guess I have to remind something. So no trend, no trade. Repeat it 11 times in a row. Now for you, no trend, no trade, no trend, no trade, no trend, no trade. So you will see, your mind will realize, okay, I have to focus on this trade. So therefore, look at this one. What happens in Dow Jones? Yeah, we have a broken downtrend. And now you see there is nothing else. There is no trend. It's just like this. It's not a trend. And if you don't have a trend, stay on the sideline. Nothing to do. No guessing, no gambling, nothing else. Why is it? The big money, the big ships are trend traders. And if they don't have a trend, they stay on the sideline as well. Or maybe they're stuck in the Suez Channel. Yeah, nothing goes, nothing else. Okay, so no trend, no trade. And you see almost the same in S&P 500, of course. There, here, the price is fighting. Actually, the price is fighting here with this point number 3, which means the correction point. So do we have a trend break there right now? What do you think? So type it in the chat box. Do you think it is a trend break? Say yes or no in S&P 500 for hourly chart. Would you say this is a trend break? Yes or no? Now I'm really excited about that. Would you say this is a trend break? Would you say this is a trend break? Yes, just yes or no? Close above the correction. Oh, we have yes and no's. Okay, this is one of the special situations in charts. You see, especially if you trade or if you work with Heiken Ashi, because the first candle, this one, I make it a little bit easier for you. So you see this candle, that's the right side of the chart. That's the right side of the chart. That's the last candle you see. And if you see that, would you say it's a trend breaker? Yes or no? If you see that situation, the right side, type in the chat box. Would you say this is a trend break? Yes or no? Is it a trend break? Yes or no? What you can see right now, because you're always living on the right side of the chart, you know? Is it a trend break? Yes or no? There is only one correct answer. Yeah, no, of course not. Why not? I know you know the answer. There's no close. Yeah, just a week. Exactly. Just a week. So what happens there? And I want to train you that you always think in prices. And prices were traded by buyers and sellers. So think in your mind about the book map. It's always the book map, you know, there everything starts and ends in the book map. So there was a big fight about smart money and dump money. So they tried to catch the people, to force the people to go up, but this is S&P 500. It's not a gambling share like GameStop or something else. This is a high liquidity market, which means at this special point at the top of the wick here, there were more volume on the seller side. So they pushed the price down again without a close, which means another trend break. And about this big wick to the upper side, all the other candles are not really interesting for a trend break. This is a kind of exception. It's a kind of exception and a special thing. Why only smart guys like you can realize what happens there. Think in the book map. They always try to break the trend, but the first candle made it out. So therefore, you can see the next candle. Next candle, you see, it's just kind of inside bar. And they tried again, and with the next one again, and now the price went down, which means this, in this special case, it is not a trend break. But also on the other side, I can see the fight there in the book map. You can see it. I can feel it. You have to read the chart, not to interpret. You read it because you have clear, really clear information there. Clear information. They fight at this trend. They are really fighting about this trend. So, and only if you can see then a close, if you will see a close, a real close above there, then you will have a clear trend break. And all what happens and the next there means it's just a fight. It's just the same situation, almost a similar situation like there. Here you see you have there is a close above the first wick. This is a clear trend break. Make screenshots about that, okay? You can see it's kind of exception. So maybe you would say, oh, maybe we don't have a trend break, and maybe we can see a balanced candle anyhow next time, and we can go in short. Of course not. Yeah, of course not. This is such an unclear or not clean, unclean picture that I say, okay, my mentor would say, if you do a trade there, then you're an idiot. Then you're an idiotic trade. That's idiot trades, yeah? And we are not idiots. We are smart traders, okay? This is just deep knowledge for today on Monday, start of the day, start of the week. Okay, so let's go to the rest of our trading ideas. This is Australian dollar, Japanese yen. And you know, the topic of today is, of course, how can I become rich in trading? And if you will trade such situations, by the way, because you make a kind of interpretation, and you know it's the moment you start interpreting is the moment you will lose your money. Because the only point what you have to do is to stick to the rules. That's your job, what you have to do. So how you can become rich in trading? Yeah, you have to ask other questions, of course, but I will show you. So next one, Australian dollar, Japanese yen. It's an interesting situation. Why is it? Look at this one. We have, by the way, first of all, where we are. We are deep in the green zone, which means the price is really expensive. Normal price is down at 75.88 at the moment, which means we have a lot of space to go down. But rule number one, yeah, we have a trend. That's cool. So rule number two, it's a young trend. Yeah, of course. Do we have a correction? Yes, we have. So do we have a balanced candle? Yeah, this one is a balanced candle. For example, this one. The first one this morning or this night was a balanced candle, and you can see with a higher volume on the lower side. That's really, really cool. But here comes the big but. The big but is what you can see also is a facing upwards kind of corrective trend, which means at the moment you cannot know which trend will continue. Maybe the downtrend will continue. but we will reach this point 2, this green rectangle zone, which means this is the correction zone of the facing upward corrective uptrend. And this means it's a kind of unclear situation. You don't have the high probabilities on your side because you don't know which trend will continue finally, which means, guys, stay on the sideline. What we have to do is to trade clear situations on the right side of the chart. And we will have clear situations, but only if you can wait. So if we talk about today's question, how I can become rich in trading, this is the first one: trade clear situations. But you see, it's the human part in trading. It's not the technical stuff. This is a kind of craft, but the most important thing is the human part. So next one is is Euro Canadian dollar. So you can see in the low, so first of all, where we are. Yeah, we are really cheap. We are deep in the season, so which means the strawberries, you get the strawberries in the grocery for around about 49 pence, which means, okay, we are deep in the season. You can have strawberries almost for nothing. So which means the point of control, the fair price, normal price is up at 155.05. We have a lot of space to go up. So now we need a clear trend. So first of all, yes, we have a trend, but also you can see we are deep in the correction zone. We corrected almost 100%. So, and the last balance candle was without a high volume. And of course, the price sentiment, the trader sentiment is this. Look, Euro Canadian dollar, 81% of private traders are long already. This is too much, actually, which means we have to wait, because you see a secondary facing downwards trends, and we had a lot of space to go up. So wait if you will see maybe another tertiary trend, a third trend, which I can see it's facing upwards. And then with the main trend, we can go up. Okay, so this is on my watch list. Maybe this will not happen today. It's still on the watch list. Euro Japanese yen. We have a similar situation like in Australian Japanese yen. You see, it's about the Japanese yen. So we have, of course, we are deep in the green zone. Point of control is placed at 126.28. And here we go. That's a trend. Yeah. Check the balance candle. That was the balance candle. Here we go. And that's cool. A little bit rising volume there. But also we have the same situation. Look, you have this secondary corrective trend, which means you don't know right now which trend will continue. And if you see the price on the right side, 129, you see the price stuck already roundabout at that point too, which means it's a really difficult situation, and we need clear situations on the right side of the chart. Okay, always we need really clear situations. So, and this is why so many people fail in trading. And I'm quite sure that you know people around of you that want to start with trading. Maybe you know people in other groups you are engaged in. So, and if you love the people around you, and if you understand how you can become rich, that the first step number one is to write it down, and step number one to find someone who has the same goal like you, then is the answer how you can become rich. So which means invite all your people to this morning briefing show, to Admirals, that we can build up a great community. because this is one of the interesting points, how we can become successful all together. And if you want to become rich, or if you want to become successful in trading, do something for other people. That's the first magic step you have to do. And this is one of the learning effects, that you stay on the sideline as long as you can see a clear situation. So here's an example what I'm talking about if you should cut the loss. So we have a trend, but you see we are circling around this price right now. And here we go. We failed a second time right now, but the trend is still valid. It's not a secondary trend, not really. It's a completely unclear situation, but you don't have a contrary trend right now. This is just only the one trend you can see, unless the price will go up more. Then you have a secondary trend, but not yet at the moment, which means we are waiting for the next balance candle, and then we can go up. So this balance candle, this was happened from 4 to 8, which means 3 to 7 this morning. And now we have a little bit balanced candle, and but the volume is not really high there. So I have it on my watch list, but basically the distance to my point of control is really, really far. So we will make this trade, but not yet. Just wait a little bit. There is no time anxiety. There's no time pressure. Wait for it. British pound, Swiss franc. Yeah, there's an interesting situation. You see, like in Euro Japanese yen, or maybe in Australian Japanese yen, it's a wonderful situation. So first of all, check where we are. We are completely out of the season, because the normal price, the balance price, is at 8.1877, which means we are really, really expensive about the price right now. Okay, I don't care about the label. You should care about the price on the right side. So now we have two different trends. The main trend is facing downwards, but the secondary and the leading trend right now on the right side of the chart means we have a facing upwards trend. So we cannot know which trend will continue right now, which means stay on the sideline. But this is on my watch list still. So, and here, the same situation. Main trend is facing downwards. First of all, check them where we are. Point of control is placed 70.11, which means we are really expensive about that price. So we have a clear main trend which is facing downwards. But also you can see this kind of behavior, buyers and sellers, they move the price up. Now we have a leading trend on the right side, which is facing upwards. So which trends shall we trade right now? At the moment, if you see a clear trend, always the clear trend on the right side, which means we have to wait. Maybe we can trade this facing upwards trend. So we use Fibonacci to see how far the correction is running right now, which means, okay, not far enough, because we need a close below 38%. Then a balance candle, and then we can trade this facing upwards in the awareness that it's just a correction and the fair price is downwards, but the price is not part of the rules. It's just the orientation, which means that we trail our stop loss really close to the price. So just on the watch list. So what's about the running trades? Running trades, yeah, this is a little bit different because this is our Euro Australian dollar. So we have a trend, and I decided to give a little bit more space. This is private working style, which means I realized that we have a great support zone at my last 0.3, which means I decided to give the market a little bit more space. And now I can see they're fighting about the last 0.3. We don't have a close there. You can see that the wicks, and this is not a gambling. This is a kind of euro Australian dollar. This is a high liquidity currency pair. And you see, they moved, that turned the price exactly there, not anywhere, exactly there at the last 0.2 of this facing upwards trends, which means the price is fighting there. And now I trailed my stop loss below the wick, below the wicks of these two candles, and then I will get out. Otherwise, maybe the price will go up and will continue. Okay. British pound, Australian dollar. We went in. It's an interesting situation. We are fighting with the point of control. So there is nothing to do unless I had a close below my purple line. This is my mental stop loss. And I trailed my hard stop below the wicks of that candles, which triggered my soft stop. Okay, cut the loss in any case. Yeah. British pound, Canadian dollar. Yeah, we are still in profit and we sold half the position. Stop loss is trailed below the last 0.3. So there is nothing to do at the moment. British pound, New Zealand dollar, one of the best trades, almost 400 pips in profit. We trailed only the soft stop. We work with soft stop. The hard stop is in profit. So let the market decide. Maybe we will see higher prices. Let the market decide, please. Okay. So we open a new trade in British pound, British pound US dollar. So why? It's a really wonderful trend. It's a correction deeper than 38. And where we are, of course, we have a lot of space to go down to the point of control. So we have maybe in the best case, we can make, let's see, round about 800 pips until we reach the point of control. We have a wonderful trend, and now the breakup happened to the lower side, breakdown, and we saw a wonderful correction. Here we go. We had balanced candles. Look at this one. We had balanced candles. The green one, you see, rising volume, which means the fight. That is Tom Sawyer game. They paint the fence there to trick those dump money out to go more up, that the big money can sell. So and now, yeah, let's see what happened. I trailed my purple, my soft stop below this candle here. And then if the price will go down, I trail my soft stop to cut the loss. My hard stop is placed correctly at the high at the 0.3. So let's wait what we see. New Zealand Canadian dollar, just a running trade, nothing to do. And a new trade in Canadian, US dollar, Canadian dollar. This is what I offered you on Friday in the morning in the trading community on Traders Yard. We have a wonderful trend. And this is what I'm talking about. This is a clear trend. There is no other trend you can see. It's a trend. We saw the correction. And here, look, there was the balanced candle. And the balanced candle goes at the same time and volume rises. And now the market is reacting a little bit. And of course, we have a lot of space to go. Of course, we can make 562 pips. Okay, so this is another trend I opened. And yeah, 400 pips in plus, US dollar, Japanese yen, let it run. Gold, we are a little bit in loss. The purple line is my soft stop, let it run. And this is, by the way, crude oil. We open, this is a clear trend. This is what I'm talking about if you have a clear trend. Yeah, we saw the correction and this balanced candle, you see high volume there, high volume is rising and the market is reacting a little bit. Okay. So, but I know one of my big mistakes in the past was that I counted myself rich. And the question is how you can become rich. I want to show you an Excel file. It's really easy. So this is maybe how you can count by yourself. This is a big, big mistake. So maybe, I don't know your account size. How many money do you need to become rich? Let me give you this one. Maybe you put $100 on it. So And maybe you are able, you can choose by yourself, by year, by month, by week, or by day. But there is one sentence, or two words, be realistic. And count it now by yourself. It's a really easy template, which means you can make 20%, just only 20%. You can do it by yourself. Maybe you think you can make 20% every day, or maybe every week, or every month, or every year. And this is reduced by fees and tax. That's absolutely pure numbers. So which means after 20 days, what a stupid idea. 20 weeks, another stupid idea. 20 months, another stupid idea. Every year, with $100 started, you have, after 20 years, you will have $3,833 on your account. By day, not possible. By week, not possible. By month, not really possible. After 22 years experience, I can say it's not possible. So maybe there are other guys, they think, okay, I can make money. I can make 100% every day. And look at this one. If you start with 100, and maybe you are really think you can make 100% every day, or every week, or every month, or every year, you will have, after 20 days, weeks, whatever, 104 millions. 857,600 $. Do you really think this is possible? If it were that easy, believe me, everybody would do it. So if you have a little bit bigger account, maybe 10,000 euros, maybe this one, then, and you think you can make 100% every day, what a stupid idea. Every week, another stupid idea. Every month, absolutely unrealistic. And every year, 100%, you will have 10 millions. Or billions? 10 billions. And there are just online people, they say, it's absolutely normal, you can make 1,000%. You know that number on the lower side? I can tell you. I researched it online. This is $6 quadrillions dollars. Quadrillions. You really think this is possible? Then you can buy the planet Earth and the rest of the universe too. So guys, please be realistic. And let's say we can make 20% every year. Yeah. And this is the target. This is the goal. And maybe you start maybe with $1,000. Then you can see we can make money, but not every day, not every month, and not every week, of course not. The goal is to make money every year. And this is realistic. And this is the way how you can become rich. By the way, we should talk about what does it mean to become rich, guys. Okay, that was my topic for today. And I give you to think about this question on your way for today, because we don't have anything to do in trading today, because we have to stay on the sideline. There is only one question. Maybe you can send me an email or to Admirals, or maybe on whatever, where you'll find me. There is one question. What will you do if you become rich? What does it mean to become rich? And what will you do when you become rich? Because if you would dream to drive a Ferrari, if you have a Ferrari, if you dream to drive a Ferrari, if you drive a Ferrari already. So what will you do if you become rich? Tell me that. And maybe you can, the email is info@dowhow-trading.com, but you will find me on Facebook and Twitter, or maybe you can hashtag morning briefing show on Twitter, of course, and tag Admirals, of course, then I can see it as well. The question is, think about it today. What will you do if you become rich? And that's the question. Guys, thank you for your lifetime. Thank you for everything. And I hope we will see each other tomorrow again with the next topics. And I'm quite sure that we have to talk about a lot of topics in the next weeks. Have a nice day and always have courage and be kind. And may the force of the rules be with you.